Actually, the most of my okayest moments would probably be maybe a long time ago in Western hunting, and I blocked them out. But more recently, whitetail hunting. I actually just told this story at a land nav class I was teaching because I the most lost I've ever been is by far in the whitetail woods where it's flat. And I was in Alabama and I had shot a doe and I kind of hit liver lung, so it went into the wood line. I knew it was going to go down, and so I didn't really, I just kind of got out of a tree and headed in. Anyway, I got very turned around, right? Like extremely turned around, probably 300 yards into the wood line. So, men being men, I was more worried about being made fun of for not knowing where I was than I was by far anything else. So I luckily had a compass on. So I knew eventually if I went north, I would, because I wasn't worried about finding a road or anything, right? I was just more worried about them showing up and me wandering around the woods till midnight, wondering where I'm at. So I knew if I went straight north, I'd hit the highway. So I ran fast north, like, and I didn't have a lot of time left, with where we're at whitetail hunting, 2 or 3 guys get dropped off and then they drive around in a Ranger bad boy buggy and pick you up. Right. So I'm like, okay, I got 45 minutes to get back. Right. I've got to hurry. So I sprinted as fast as I could run through the Alabama swamp to the highway. And I kind of had a 50-50 chance, but I thought the hunting shack was, to the right or east. So I ran down the highway to the hunting shack, got my bearings to where I was. I knew how to get back to the tree stand, which was probably a mile and a half. And so at this point, it's hot, right? I'm sweating profusely. I mean, like sauna sweating. So I make it all the way back to my tree stand, and by now it's dark, like it's pretty well dark. So I grab my headlamp out of my pack and I can hear the buggy coming, right? And I'm like, okay, come up with a story, come up, because they're gonna wonder why I'm soaked at this point, sweating like top to bottom. So I grab my headlamp and I'm like, I'll just say I was packing out the deer. So I run in with the headlamp on and start dragging the deer. And then they come in, and I couldn't tell anybody that story until 2 days ago when I taught the land nav course. And this is the second time now that I was totally lost. And keep in mind, I teach land nav to the military, the civilians, everything else. And I was definitely as lost as you possibly could be. When I say lost, I wasn't in danger, but I certainly could not find my tree stand again. And that was on the flattest ground. I was 270 yards from my tree stand when I got lost, give you an idea. So it wasn't like I went a long way. So that would be probably the most recent and funniest, okayest moment.